the bonus draw, I think.
Down the hill now. Come on.
Got a reach. Not there. That was a bad miss for Jacobson. They've taken 2 out.
Geez, I wouldn't have put money on him being short there, I must say. As you say, it was either that blue bowl or it was a dead draw.
He's measuring the 2 blue bowls to find out which one's the closest, and then he'll just swing around.
Going to be close, this, isn't it? 3?
Well, I don't know. These front 2. I think he put a handful up, didn't he? Is that 5? Can't be.
3, I think it was.
It's 4. So the Australians have grabbed 4. Well, there's 2 the difference, and there's 2 ends to play. Have we got a match on our hands?
I tell you what, we'll have a match on our hands this afternoon if it's Australia versus South Africa. Smitten Fuel versus Boylan. It's going to be interesting. You've got a weight advantage, that I'll tell you.
Well, I think that's probably only fair, because if the South Africans have to beat Australia, I'd suggest it'd have to be 2-1, wouldn't it? Given the last few years.
Oh, la la. Well, give me time, give me time.
Gavin Fuel continues to lead with the chin.
Here comes Brett Duprez.
Well, Alex Marshall is very steady. The Australians are still going to have a problem trying to win this. The Scottish skipper is just sensational. But that's a good start from Duprez. And haven't we seen some great matches in this competition?
Oh, you couldn't have wished for better. Yesterday was superb, and today, to date, has been outstanding and promises to get even better.
Front hopper.
The Australian lead, Brett Duprez, just 25 years of age. Well, he's just stepped back, and something was just worrying him behind the head, and that's the right thing to do. Just step away, take your time.
Take it away.
Well, the players sit and wait. There's a few things moving around that they weren't too happy about, but still, you need to settle.
I think it was more not the overhead camera, but just the shadow it was casting, which was troubling him.
Jack.
Good shot. Great shot. Jacobson says brilliant. It was. Now, these 2 guys, when they get rolling, these 2 Australians, and full of enthusiasm and shouting and encouragement, you know, can really put the pressure on. So it'll just test the nerves of the Scots. Oh, look at this.
Oh, my goodness me. Well, who said there's no luck in bowls? He was way, way narrow, just the tiniest of touches on that short bowl.
Duprez's second bowl where he tucked the jack around, but then this next bowl from George Snedden, he gets the run off the front, and that'd make a blowfly feel sick, I think.
Yeah, that's you don't like that, do you, when you've played 2 brilliant bowls?
This is better from George Snedden. I think he needs a little bit more weight. So 2 the difference. Yet again, I'll say, the Australians need to score this end.
Blue stickers of Scotland. They've actually got blue bowls. We don't see, I've seen it before, but we don't see a great deal of that in South Africa.
These coloured bowls have just started to break their way through.
How much weight you got?
Oh, great weight. 1 in 4, Scotland, but it's the shot.
Yes, he was just saying to his skipper, "I'm sorry," and the skipper said to him, "What are you sorry about?" Because those were outstanding bowls from Brett Duprez.
Alex Marshall and George Snedden. Talk about the best option. The Australians look on. Deep in thought. Just hanging on, waiting. George Snedden.
Marshall's asked for something behind the head, and he's got it. He's happy.
Well, Mark Jacobson, the shot that Jacobson needs to play is on the backhand. He needs to just skirt the front and take the bowl out. Ooh, here's a bit of a change. Forehand aggression, maybe.
Yeah, he's got the big gun out here.
Well, any movement of the jack's good for the Australians because they've got all the bowls behind, and he is close. He is close, and that's good enough for 2 or 3. What a shot. And I'd call that a blonde bombshell.
Well, when you think you've seen everything these fellas have got to offer, up they pop with something even better. Wasn't the weight superb there? The weight was absolutely perfect.
Grits the teeth, Jacobson. Now this is Gavin Fuel shot of the day. Jack back, 2 or 3 shots. Now, Alex Marshall, he won't muck around with this. You can bet on that. It's going to connect the front, but depends what happens. The problem for Australia, I think, is that the 2 back bowls belong to Scotland.
I like it. Change it. Get on with that.
He's one of 2 Marshalls in the side, isn't he, in the Scottish side?
Yeah, actually, he's his brother, Robert, who played lead in the triples. George Snedden, the other of the pair. Now, what Jacobson's intent here is a little bit dodgy, in my view. He's playing the backhand. He's going to try and just crack the Australian bowl and change the position of the head here, but he needs to stay away from the blue disc bowl that belongs to Scotland. Matches a few up.
Well, one thing's for sure, Marshall's not going to be short. Got an unusual action. You can hardly say it doesn't follow through because the minute that bowl leaves his hand, he's halfway up the track. Same sort of shot on the backhand, and there's a good deal of weight.
Yeah, we wouldn't give Alex Marshall 3 goes at this because he'll surely get one of them. Oh, well, he's taken one out. Jacobson's got still that risky shot.
Sit on our bar, get the jack, good.
He's trying to bring the jack back a little. If you can bring the jack back about...
Leave that blue one and try and turn it out. What's the best? Think you'll get around that one? Oh, yeah. It is stationary.
The last shot from Marshall, he was a little unlucky, really. He got the target he wanted, but it just popped it through the hole and his bowl went out the other door. And Jacobson, this is a risky shot, let me tell you. If he connects with the Scottish bowl here, he could go 1 down. Very risky shot, in my opinion. This is the danger. This is the danger.
Goodness
He's
me.
1 down.
Yeah, you picked it. You picked it spot on. He was looking for just a little bit of movement on the jack then and go with it for 3.
We needed to be tighter. And in my opinion, that's a bad mistake from the skipper. But he's got 1 left. Perhaps he can change it. Alex Marshall, he'll just be trying to draw a shot. And this is the problem, you know. You leave the gate open for Marshall and he's liable to just close it on you.
Give me a chance.
He's got an interesting shot here, Steve. He can be all forgiven.
Well, he moves the jack 2 feet. He makes probably 4 or 5.
Yep.
If he sits the bowl clean, he'll make 2.
Yeah, if he sits on that bowl and is lucky and pushes it through the hole and stays, he could be lying 3 and a measure for 4.
Well,
Close.
you know, they held 1, and that would have been 1 the difference playing the last. That's why I think it was a bad decision. Crucial bowl, this one. Needs the bowl or the jack. The bowl or the jack.
Come on, Dougie!
He's close to this. That is brilliant. That'll save a bit of pain. And he's probably got 2. So he's got out of it. He said, don't worry about it, Bretty. I'll fix it up. And he did.
Well, he made a mistake, as you rightly say, with his penultimate bowl, but there was no mistake here. Absolutely perfect.
And he says to the boys, that'll do for 1. Don't you worry.
Yeah, he liked that, didn't he?
I deliberately done that.
Well, Alex Marshall, gee, he's got a hard shot on here. Very difficult shot. If you look up the green, so to the top of screen, that's the view that Alex Marshall will be looking from. And if he's trying to get through the middle, he's got to get between the 2 blue disc bowls somehow. And I think he could probably take 1 out, but I doubt very much if he could get both. So Alex Marshall, look, Marshall's known to manufacture something from nothing, let me tell you.
I'm going to say he's going to have to do some manufacturing here. I can see him taking 1 out. Jacobson did play so well. His second bowl was superb. Third bowl spoilt the party, and his fourth bowl, well, it's out of this world.
As long as he doesn't get by ass.
So interesting comment from Mark Jacobson. He said, I don't mind if he plays a good one, but as long as he doesn't get it from luck.
Or
something similar.
Or something similar.
So he is going to have a run at this. If he can get 1 out, that'll be a good result. He can get the bowl onto the edge of the jack and maybe burn it. Missed everything. And the Australians, I think, will grab 2. 2 it is. And let me tell you, have we got a game? The scores are level with 1 end to go.
Well, don't anybody ever tell me that bowls isn't an exciting game. We've had absolutely magnificent games in the triples yesterday. And, well, if anything, it's got even better today.
What a cracking finish we have. All square playing the last end. And you'll get a roar from the crowd during this end. That is guaranteed.
Now, this is an interesting decision, Steve. They haven't played too many short ends. Why this particular end?
Well, I think Alex Marshall is such a good driver. And if the jack is back and Marshall just nails that jack into the ditch, game, set and match. So I think it's a good tactic from Jacobson. Bring the jack right up the green, and then at least if he hits it, there is an opportunity to try and draw for shot, because if he belts it from that far up the green, there's a good chance that the jack and the bowl will separate.
What you want as a skipper here is you want your lead putting that first bowl of his right on that yellow jack.
Well, Darren Smith's appeared from nowhere. Darren, is this a game or what?
Unbelievable. I had to leave the last end of the South African game, but I've composed myself. I'm back.
You can hear a pin drop. In the closing stages of this bowl, I think the crowd will start talking.
Come on!
Great shot, right in line too, so it hides the jack from the mat. Jacobson, now this is encouragement. Give it a good whack, Mark. That's it. Bring it home.
He really got out the whip there, didn't he? And it certainly did the business, but pressure on the young fellow, and the response was good.
Well, the only thing Australia have got against them at the moment is that Marshall will play the last bowl. And when he's got one left, you can't relax.
Come on. Luke.
Well, is it a target? Brett thinks though.
Yes, close isn't always necessarily good, and there is something of a target here. What's Snedden going to do?
Oh, Snedden will have a go at this for sure. Just that nice niggling weight. Missed. Now Jacobson will try and get Duprez to try and change this somehow. Take away the... Try and change the look of the head a bit. Come and have a look, he said.
It's past the jack.
Something I've noticed about the Australians, their communication on the green is very good, isn't it? They talk to each other a lot, they encourage each other, and that's always good to see.
Well, there's no more confident player in the world than Mark Jacobson. He always thinks he can get it.
He believes he can do anything, really. And he can half the time.
I was just going to say, he's done it quite often.
He wasn't in the least phased in the last time when he sold it.
But it doesn't matter who wins this. The final this afternoon will be an absolute cracker. Australia or Scotland against South Africa. Change of hand for Duprez. Just wanted a little bit around behind. That's not too bad. And George Snedden has one more. And then the changeover.
Seems unfair that it's all going to be decided on one bowl at the end of the day.
They've slogged it out for a week. It's going to come down to one bowl on the last end of the semi. This is good. So wide open. Great shot.
Well, there's a huge Scottish contingent here, and the noise you've heard throughout the morning comes from them, and reason to cheer.
I wonder what happens if Scotland win this. This is George Snedden's wood, flicking it onto the Australian bowl, flicking it out into the open. Now it's a game of drawing.
Yes, well, it's a singles match now between Jacobson and Marshall. Yeah, Jacobson would love to nail this with his first. Oh, yes, please. That is a great shot.
It's wonderful.
How much better can I get? He's played one poor shot in the last 5 bowls, but the other 4, well, you can only dream about them.
Well, the good part about this is he's picked up the jack and he's carted it towards the Australian bowls. And Brett Duprez, he parties. Well, the way Jacobson's going, they'll have sore hands by the time this is finished.
Well, Alex Marshall, they tell me, you watched the whole of the first week, they tell me he's been the man of the tournament. Well, now it's crunch time.
Well, Australia lost a couple of games and still qualified. Scotland went through the whole 11 rounds undefeated. So how'd you like to win every game and then get to a semi and get KO'd?
Get on the first plane and go back to Scotland.
And Marshall's backed himself through a port here to draw the shot. He's going to punch his own bowl. Not enough, but that's a good second. Gee, I think he's made it a little harder. He's got second shot, which means if he can take out the shot bowl, he's laughing.
Jacobson doesn't really want to move it into the open.
Well, what Jacobson needs to do here, I think, Darren, is perhaps just touch his own bowl and turn it over in line with the other ones and make it harder.
Yeah, he does want to move it a foot because then Marshall will be able to see it down the middle, and he doesn't want that.
Best shot for Jacobson would be just to turn his own bowl about 3 inches.
Easy stuff. got a bit delicate there, hasn't he? But maybe, can he close that hole? Not quite.
Well, maybe he was trying to put a blocker in there.
I don't know. Maybe. You never know. And I think if Marshall can see a piece of the shot wood, he's got to attack it. Well, Snedden wants him on the draw.
I think you're right about Marshall's first bowl. I don't think that's made his cause any easier. That he certainly could see all of the jack previously. What he can see now, well, I'm not too sure.
Well, Marshall's very capable of just getting onto the Australians' bowl here and shifting it out for 2. Well, he's still playing this forehand. Gee, that's a missed opportunity. Well, that's nearly closed that off. So I think it's very important for Jacobson just to try and get in. Now, there's 2 bowls left each to play. Does it get any tighter?
You want to make a name for yourself?
The only thing that's not shaking here with me is my voice. Gold medal match up for grabs. He wants to turn his own bowl. Gee, he gave it a great try. It's not bad there.
They've got all the position at the back, haven't they, Australia, if the jack does move? 1, 2, 3, 4 bowls. Meet or so behind.
Yeah, if he does attack,
Well, he played the shot he wanted, didn't he?
Yeah.
You think, to turn the bowl?
100%.
Well, I think we'll see a change of hand here from Marshall.
Right at the back is the Scottish bowl, but within a metre of the jack behind it, all Australia.
What hand's he on, Steve?
He's on the backhand. He's trying to connect the Australians' bowl. Gee, I tell you what, he's very close to this. He's very close to this. Very close. Oh, yes! That's the shot. In fact, 2.
Oh, the Scottish crowd are celebrating.
You can't trust Alex Marshall when he's got a bowl left.
That was such a tricky shot to call.
That's the stuff of dreams, isn't it? Well, now, you said that Jacobson was confident. He's going to have to be. Look at that.
Well, Mark Jacobson has got 1 shot on. Now have a look at Alex Marshall. Yes, he said. Yes, George. Now, Jacobson has to draw a shot here. He's got no other option. He must draw a shot. He thinks he's close.
Better slip that.
Thinks he's close. He thinks he's close. He's got the shot.
He's drawn it. He's drawn it, and he's also celebrating.
He does party because the Australians hold game again, and Marshall has 1 left. Does it come any better than this?
Well, 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 have a look at this. You said he was confident. It was the only shot he had. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant, brilliant.
And you may well celebrate, Mark Jacobson, but it might just be a touch early because Marshall has 1 left.
I think Marshall's going to opt for the dead draw.
Well, Marshall's got no choice. He's just got to draw a shot.
Which hand's he going to play?
Well, he's got to play
Well, if
backhand.
he's going to draw it, he's got to be on the
I would
backhand,
think backhand, but
I'm not sure he is.
I don't think he is. I think he's playing in the forehand,
Yeah,
looking for that tiny hole.
Well, he is too. And he'll be close too. Don't worry about that.
He finds
He's got
the
it.
hole, it's
He's
gone.
got it. Has he got it? Yes, he has. What a player, Alex Marshall. That is brilliant stuff. And the Australian boys console themselves, but what a player is Alex Marshall. What a fantastic match. That was brilliant.
That is unbelievable. And how cruel is that?
Well, we said we thought the backhand. What do we know about it?
Yeah.
Well, the Scots are through to the gold medal match. And Scotland will play South Africa. And have a look at this last shot from Alex Marshall. This is just fantastic. He backed himself to find the port here.
What a fantastic game, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a big hand.
And have a look at this. He knew he had it. And George looks on. And George is about to party because that is it. 2 shots to Scotland. They win this game 19 shots to 17. And what a cracking finish.